A great question came up early in the Switch's life. Why on earth don't normal USB-C to HDMI adapters work with the Switch? Why can't you just plug one into the bottom in the USB-C port and get HDMI out of it, like you can with so many other USB-C devices? Let's dig in and find out. While this question has become less pertinent of late with the rise of inexpensive Switch docks, such as the Insignia unit here from Best Buy, looking at the Switch's electrical connection to its dock still reveals some interesting pathways for the Switch's future. So why don't we jump in and take a look? Let's take a look at the USB Type-C connector. Don't worry, I'll explain all the important pins here. First of all, USB-C has a big party trick, and that's that you can't insert it upside down. The plug goes into the socket either direction, and to do that, these pins, the four symmetrical outside pins, are ground pins. These pins, combined with the two CC, or configuration pins, tell the USB controller what direction the cable is plugged in. Next are the stars of the show. These 8 pins represent 2 discrete lanes of USB 3 data. These are also the pins that get used if the USB-C cable adheres to something called an alternate mode specification. Herein lies the secret to not only the Switch's video output capabilities, but the MacBook Air and Google Pixel's video out capabilities as well. Depending on the standard used, 4 or all 8 of these pins may actually be used to transmit other data, whether it's DisplayPort, HDMI, Thunderbolt, or something else entirely. USB-C vendors are allowed to implement proprietary alternate modes. And here's where things get interesting in the Switch. It's been known since launch that the Switch uses an alternate mode known as MyDP, or SlimPort. MyDP is a proprietary standard created by Analogics to ferry 4K UHD DisplayPort signals along with 8-channel audio over a micro USB connector. Why does this matter? In order to get signals of that clarity of 4K UHD over this connector, all 8 USB 3.1 lanes would have to be used. Sorry, all 2 lanes, all 8 pins of USB 3, USB 3.1 would have to be used for DisplayPort. That leaves just 2 pins for USB connectivity. These 2 in the center with the light blue stars. And these are, surprisingly, or not surprisingly, depending on how much attention you've been paying to this standard, these are USB 2.0 only. Suddenly makes sense that all of the Switch's docks are USB 2.0 only, doesn't it? This seems to suggest that Nintendo's going to be going with a firmware update that will give us UHD 4K out of the Switch. Now let's be honest, we're not going to see 4K 3D games anytime soon, unless their graphics are greatly simplified. The Switch just doesn't have the hardware horsepower to do it. However, we've seen with Sonic Mania and a few other 2D games that 2D really benefits from being played at 4K on a 4K display. The edges are clearer, and there's less multi-sampling and bilinear filtering that needs to be done, leading to clearer and cleaner images, and just a better looking game overall. So is this the direction that Nintendo's going to go? We don't know, and again, it's entirely up to Nintendo to decide. I hope you've enjoyed this brief dive into the Switch's video hardware and connectivity, and if you like what you saw in this video, please like and subscribe below to see more videos like it. Thanks for watching and stay awesome.